Welcome to highlights of Stage 4 of La Vuelta San Juan, the longest at the race at 186 kilometres and the hilliest of the race so far. But with the 3 categorised climbs all coming at the midpoint of the stage, we weren't expecting it to upset the sprinters, who should have their 3rd chance in the race so far. Leader going into the stage was Deceuninck Quick-Step's Remco Evenepoel after his dominant and very impressive time trial win yesterday. 30 seconds his advantage over Filippo Ganna, with the rest, led by Oscar Sevilla, all over a minute behind the 20-year-old. The early break was soon established, 8 riders heading up the road, including Robin Carpenter of Rally Cycling, Baez of Androni Giocattoli, and the leader of the intermediate points classification, Daniel Juarez of Agrupación Virgen de Fátima. Once again though, despite the size of the breakaway, they were never able to carve out much of an advantage, and with the peloton particularly active on the main climb of the day, they'd soon been caught. Paredes took full advantage to take maximum points over the top of the climb. On to the next climb of the day, and this time it was Team Cofidis' Guillaume Martin who was leading the way, taking maximum points over the top, but ever vigilant and glued to his wheel was the race leader Remco Evenepoel of Deceuninck Quick-Step. Over the top, and it all came back together, and it remained stalemate for quite some time. That was until Robin Carpenter decided to give it yet another go, and eventually Peo Goycoechea of the Fundación Euskaltel Orbea team went with him. They managed to get themselves 43 seconds up the road as they rolled through the intermediate sprint with 43 k's to go. Coming into the final 20 k's, and the heavens really had opened. Torrential rain pouring down onto the peloton, being controlled at this point by UAE Team Emirates, the team of Fernando Gaviria, winner of Stage 2. Thankfully, as they approached the final run into the finish, the weather had dried up, and so too had the roads, the leading duo now well in sight of the main peloton. You couldn't keep this man down though, Carpenter making one last-ditch effort to keep himself clear of the pack. Even he, though, would eventually have to admit defeat, caught with just under 3 k's to go, and so we had our expected bunch sprint on the cards. With 1k to go, it was Daniel Oss of Bora Hansgrohe on the front, sprinting out of the saddle in this last right-hand bend, with the riders behind him all fighting to get onto the right wheel. As he swung off, Team UAE took over, and they seemed to have their lead out nailed. 2 riders still in front of Fernando Gaviria, just 500 metres of the stage remaining. Max Richesi hit the front with just under 400 metres remaining to the finish line in full flight. Gaviria glued to his wheel. The Colombian, though, launched his sprint with 200 metres to go, and despite a very fast finish on the right-hand side from Hodge and Barbier, he comfortably crossed the line to take his 2nd win of the race so far. 2 wins from 4 stages for Gaviria then, equaling his win tally from this race last year. Barbier with another impressive sprint to finish 2nd on the day. Hodge a very disappointed 3rd, with Peter Sagan and Pete Allegart rounding out the top 5. No change in the GC, Remco Evenepoel still sitting pretty at the top of the classification, a lead he'll take into tomorrow's rest day and therefore Friday's Queen stage up to Alto de Colorado. Make sure you don't miss that one, we'll be back with all the action then.